What's up everybody? Happy Friday. Today's question is about how to build a great workout. So people join a gym or go to a gym or have been to a gym and they're like, whoa, there's so much stuff. What do I do? Several possible outcomes. So one is they do whatever they like. Biceps, chest, whatever. Or they buy a muscle magazine and they do what's written there. Or they have a buddy and then the buddy says, we're doing this, they're doing that. But if you never understand how to create a good workout, you will never get in shape, okay? So writing up your own workout or hiring somebody qualified like me to do it for you is a must. Otherwise, you're just traveling blindly like Sandra Bullock in that Bird Box. Like, workout. Some people just go to whatever's empty, whatever machine opens up. It's like, oh, this looks good, going here. So designing your own workout, the first thing you do, you sit down honestly with yourself and you ask yourself, how much time can I spend in the gym on a weekly basis, okay? And you take that number. So that number can be 2 hours at the minimum or whatever it might be, okay? Then from there on, you look up the 4 movement groups, which is the squat, the hip hinge, the push, and the pull. So there are different exercises you can populate them with. So there's the barbell squat, the dumbbell squat, the squat machine, the leg press, the step ups, the lunges, and for hip hinge would be the different deadlifts, banded, stiff legged, deficit, partial, good mornings with the band, without the band, hip thrusters, and all that sort of thing. Push would be your push up, incline bench, decline bench, overhead press, close grip, dips, California press, California press, all that sort of thing. And then pulls would be your pull-ups, pull-down, rows, shrugs, okay? Now, you can group those, like kids do with Legos, into boxes, and you have to use each box twice a week, okay? So now you take the number you have and how many hours, and you work from there. So if you only have 2 hours, it means you're doing 2 whole body workouts where you're doing squat, hip hinge, push and pull all together. If you have, let's say, 4 hours, you could do upper body, lower body. And everything over could be push, pull, legs, repeat, okay? So now you have a basic structure. So then, let's go to the actual workout. So you have it all set up. What should you do? The first thing you should do is get ready to train. Usually it goes like this. Yo bro, let's go on a treadmill, stretch the pecs a little. No, that's not gonna get you ready, okay? So the first thing you do is, as painful as that is, you foam roll mainly the front delt, the trapezius, your calves, your IT band, your piriformis, to get rid of trigger points. So what are trigger points? Trigger points are tiny nodules in the muscle that form over time, and they're inhibiting blood flow and gains. They can also cause referred pain. So you might be having a nodule like under the subscap that's giving you shoulder pain. So you'll be treating your shoulder, but it was actually fine. It's that trigger point you have to get rid of. So you foam roll. Do you need to do cardio before going to the gym? You do not. Unless you train very, very early. Let's say you train after work. You've already been up for 10 hours. If you're not warm by then, you're dead, okay? The second thing you do is, let's say you're training push, which would be mainly being like chest, tries, shoulders. You would be doing some sort of light pulls. Why? Because that gives maximum length into the target muscle and thereby sets you up for success. So like if I'm doing a row, now I can absolutely stretch my pecs in a natural way, and then from there on I can be going into my presses, okay? And then you're setting up some sort of activation movement, which could be a field fly for the chest, could be a light Superman press for the delts, it could be a leg curl for the hamstrings, or it could be some sort of like stiff arm pull down for the lats, okay? So you did your foam rolling, you did your antagonist. Now the first thing you're doing is you create length, you do a single joint movement. So you've always been told like, oh, you gotta do the big stuff first, the big stuff. People are not ready. So let's say you're doing legs, it'd be very much advisable to do leg curls at first, because it will warm up your knees and your hamstrings, and then your actual quad output would be so much higher going forward, okay? Same doing some stiff arm pull downs, some squeezes, and then going into your lat pull down, okay? I'm gonna make a video about posing and gains also. So like the better you can do this and flex, the more you'll get out of it, you know, come the actual workout. So you do a single joint exercise first. Then you could pick a big exercise such as like a press or a pull, where you could go pause, stop, or a cluster set, okay? The next round I would recommend doing some sort of a mechanical drop set. What's a mechanical drop set? So there's a regular drop set where you're doing 100 pounds, 80 pounds, 60 pounds. In the mechanical drop set, you would start out that muscle being isolated. So let's say for chest, you'd be doing a chest fly, then you could be doing some sort of like squeeze press, and then you'll be doing an actual chest press. So like only chest, a little bit of triceps and delts. Or for the lats, you'll be doing stiff arm pull down, only lats, then wide grip, and then narrow grip, that being the easiest. So in the mechanical drop sets, the exercise gets easier as you fatigue, okay? So that's your third part of the menu. And then you should look into the strength curve. So have you done the stretch, the contraction, and the mid-range? Mid-range you have covered, so usually what's missing is the stretch. So it could be like a deep chest fly, could be a CC squat for the quads, or it could be a pullover sort of for the lats. Why is everybody so quiet today and no comments? I'm disappointed. So then the question is, what kind of volume should you train? So usually I recommend like 14 to 20 sets for the big groups per week, but you can split either way over the 2 workouts that you're doing, okay? Rep range, 8 to 12. As for failure, you train for mechanical failure. So that means when the form goes, your set is over. Not when you can't lift anymore, that's it, I'm dying, okay? So form goes, that's when you kind of like let it go. So in other words, you're curling, and then you start doing this, that's it, no more, okay? So to reiterate, you must absolutely learn how to write a workout, or hire me, or buy my workouts. You need to understand that the first thing you gotta do is time. If you only have 2 hours per week to train, you can't do a 6-day split, it's not gonna work, okay? Single muscle splits are a waste. There's no need for a chest day, as much fun it is. You can do a leg day, but there's obviously multiple muscles. Furthermore, there are no must-do exercises. So it's always being said, oh, you gotta squat, you gotta do this. You do not. You need to squat in some form, but that could be a barbell squat, there could be a trap bar squat, there could be a cable squat, there could be a lunge, a step up. Like if you have lower back pain, you shouldn't be putting a bar on your lower back, that's just a bad idea. But you can be using the trap bar, you can be using the leg press, there are different ways to do it, okay? The same with pulling, you don't have to do pull-ups, you can do a pull down, you can do cobras, you can do rows. There are different ways to do so. So do not get pigeonholed in that belief like, yo bro, you gotta do this or you're weak. That's simply not true. Also, despite you've been told, do not start the workout with a heavy compound exercise. Most of us are not good enough athletes to get something out of it. So we need something to feel that muscle, and then from there on to move into the big exercise. So, question coming, what's your take on a 2 split program? Do you mean 2 a days? There is a video on how to train 2 a days on the YouTube channel, and there's also a workout I'm selling, if I may say so. You can train twice a day, for sure. It just needs to be done smartly. Furthermore, you need to be ready to work out. Like, the greatest workout written doesn't help you. So let's say your boss was on your case and you come into the gym and you're so amped up and you're so tight, there's trigger points everywhere. You're not going to get a good workout. You take the 10 minutes, roll it out, get the antagonist going, get length in the muscle, and then work out, as opposed to like, I gotta work out now. It's my successor. And also, use mechanical drop sets. They are time efficient and they're also very effective because you can actually use up the fiber in a more effective way than you could if we were just doing a regular drop set. When you're doing a regular drop set, you're doing the same motion for 30 reps. And all of us, we tend to phase out and not pay as much attention as we probably should when we're doing the 30 rep of a tricep press down. But if you were to do, let's say, a take press, then a close grip press, and then a close grip push-up, you're doing something new with the exercise, and you probably get more out of that, okay? And then there's the strength curve. I talked about this many times, but people forget that. Cover the strength curve. Stretch, mid-range, contraction. Lastly, the key to building muscle, that's where the new research points, and people will just not get this into their thick heads, is not lifting heavy. It's just not. It's like Troy Mack said, consistency, meaning frequency, and tension. Tension and consistency beat any beast mode, lifting heavy, jerky motion, okay? People will fight you on this. They are so pigeonholed in this, like, yo bro, if you don't lift heavy, you gotta destroy the muscle. You do not. You gotta constantly challenge the muscle in good form, which also means you only train to mechanical failure. That meaning mechanical failure is when the form goes off or your rep speed slows down. Mechanical failure is not like you're stuck under the bar, okay? So frequency and tension, they beat 24/7 beast mode, no days off, any given in terms of building muscle, okay? So in the bodybuilding world, it's very, very difficult sometimes to go against the grain, because everybody tells you, yo, you can train a muscle only once a day, they won't recover. Muscles recover fine, okay? Muscles take about 36 hours to recoup, especially given that most of us don't do much on a day-to-day basis. So there's no need for chest to wait another 7 days to train, so Monday to Monday. Also, what if you miss a Monday? Then you're out of a sudden 2 weeks without training chest, okay? So that's all 80 signs. The same with that lifting heavy at all costs, and the same with like, there are must-do exercises. It's always funny when people say like, oh, this guy built his chest using bench. Okay, how do you know this? Were you there? Did you live with this guy? Did you see everything the rep he did? Did you measure with an AMG what gave him the most gains? Right? No, you don't know that. That's just a story. And even if this guy built his chest, that doesn't mean you can. So like, yeah, the best bench pressers have huge chests. They also have short arms. They look like a T-Rex. They are made to bench, just like Michael Phelps was made to swim. That has no bearing in your life. Zero, okay? So it's very important to tune out the noise. Hey Tom, good morning. Morning, Valentino. And just say like, okay, this I'm gonna design my workout. And it's tough sometimes in the gym. You look left, you look right, and you're like, oh my Lord, what is people doing? And then people giving unsolicited advice. People give me advice how to train. I find it very amusing because, like, for whatever it's worth, but I'm in my 40s, I look better than most people in their 20s, and yet people feel the need to like chime in and tell me what to do. So lifting heavy, must-do exercises, and total failure is complete nonsense. Yeah, mind-muscle connection is very important. That doesn't mean you should train heavy, but you should train as heavy as you can in good form, not as this guy can in good form, okay? So guys, tomorrow's my birthday. I hope you learned something today. And if I can find time, I'll do something tomorrow. Because it's my birthday, I'm taking suggestions for the chat tomorrow in this very comment box. So type them out and I'll pick the winner and I'll chat about that tomorrow, okay? Have a great rest of the Friday. Bye.